Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So, yeah, I learned something this morning that made me very unhappy. The, I noticed a video on YouTube about PlayStation. And apparently they came out with a policy where you no longer own the games you bought. And then after like 30 days of, no internet connection? They are going to take away the games from you. That's just... Ugh. That does not make me very happy. Like, so what exactly happens? Do you, I still don't fully understand what it is. Are they, like, completely taking it away from you and then you have to buy the game again? Or... I noticed something when I was looking at my PlayStation 5. It was something about a license thing. So, I don't know. It's so strange and just really upsetting. I don't know why they decided to do this. Anyhow, we have a story to complete. Byrnjolf, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the victor spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Colosseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mithril Cup. Sponsored by none other than Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Fergus will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in Sultanate, after all. The chairman, Master Fergus, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments with the Mithril Cup. My colleague, Ganelon, is in Ul'dah covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Sorry, I had a bit of cough there. Let's take the boats. Well, the airship, I think, is like 120 or 210 or something like that. I don't remember which. I think the boat itself to Vesper Bay is 80. I'm an idiot and could have used the Ethernet. Oh well. Skip that. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelin. He's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie? Hm. If it isn't the Mithril Eye Star reporter, come to laugh at Galen's expense before returning to pen your latest front page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Colosseum. Bugger all! It's a travesty, I tell you! Hotch, Hugh, and Hemo? Whatever is the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Mishap my arse! This was sabotage! Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subligar. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hemo. In victory and in defeat, the Mantravilles fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I am always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras! And I want each one to ring out over the Sigali. The Mantravilles? Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Rolger, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's challenge? Gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concerned sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colosseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Yuyubaya. He owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid! Come, Byrnjolf, we've got a case to crack. With gladiators dropping one after the next, I've had to rewrite my Mithril Cup preview 5 times in the past 2 days. Make that 6. Let's go find this Dower Meadow and see what he can tell us about the tourney. Ganelin said we could find him in his office at the Colosseum, yes? Charge! Hang on a sec. No, never mind. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means, you're free to enter. I am Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Yah ha ha! Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself. Ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining. Provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but ye'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his sublim. Looks like we've got ourselves another. These two aren't in the entry books. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Inspector Brardian. As efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence, Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume? Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master Fergus has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Colosseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside a corn. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got. We've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I have it all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thin as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Gah ha ha! Now where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger! We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will you? Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms. Where are they legs? You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildebrand, look! He's purple. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a case! Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge's Guild. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything, anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Colosseum. And am I ever glad they did? I tell ya, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can't forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now who's the chap who wanted to get pummeling by my lovely little Avi? Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done. Byrnjolf Nordin will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Byrnjolf Nordin? You do look like an Nordin. Well, bugger me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colosseum. Hear that clink, clink? Hear that clink, clink, clinking? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ulti. thought you were supposed to be showing us where to sign. Why are you leaving? With Byrnjolf, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure that he doesn't come down with some curious injury. That gladiatrix, Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Ha ha! I am already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu. The investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Byrnjolf here safe? Let us return to Ganelin and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Which is a hell of a time to start recording. I'm starting to get really, really hungry. Wait, what did he say? You must have nerves of solid steel to enter this party with all the ill rumors floating about. Do watch your back, will you? What are you guys watching? What are you doing, Nashu? I suppose that our questioning of Mr. Ultros can wait. Let us see if this Ganelin fellow can enlighten us. Look, I know you're the warrior of light and all, but we can't afford to take any chances. Be on your guard, Byrnjolf. You again? I've already told you that... What? Entered the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight the warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instinct tells me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round and earned herself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilists Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Oh, the plot ever thickens. While I have my doubts that the lovely Avila is behind these dastardly incidents, it would behoove us to hear what this Raging Rat fellow has to say. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have ye? Well, you're not the first. Is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildebrand Mandeville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen, my arse! Have you not a whit of delicacy? Never ye mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout it at the top of me lungs, if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery, if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. The girl's Alamegan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Byrnjolf. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice? She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the latter. Ah, Miss Ellie! The thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you, as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. Ahem. If you want the man... If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages, whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. A villa and ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible, your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came. Oh my. Shh, friend. Shh, friend, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in the panic. Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag. Or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu. We must pursue. We all know who this is. Well, those who played the game will. Aha! There he is. You will not escape us so easily, Mr. Ultros. Mr. Oldie seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. Surprised she didn't hit him with the frying pan. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them. Poor Mr. Ultros didn't seem to have much luck with the ladies. Speaking of only for myself, I'd love to have him for dinner. Perhaps in a nice lemon butter sauce. Poor misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth, he was just a gentle soul luckless in love. Oh, Ulti. Can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes. Now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If a villa is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Colosseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Villa's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls. Hang on. Did I... Sorry, my brain had a... It's having a moment. Okay. For some reason I couldn't remember if I hit record or not. Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Gee. Or am I? Come on now. I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can Uncle Ulti dream? Well, kids, hate to ink and run. Then again, I am an octopus. Wait, what? Isn't it squids that ink? Do octopuses ink? Yes! Oh. Yes? What is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for a villa, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you, though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Ganelin tried to interview her for an article, but the girl was going to rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm me up for the tourney, that might be just the ticket. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. If you're looking for a villa, like as not, you'll find her at the Coffer and Coffin, sharing a drink with her countrymen. Would it kill them to station me a few yalms closer to the action? God forbid I actually get to enjoy the tourney after all my hard work. Hello, I'm going to be an attorney. Charge! The burial chamber. Oh my. Who are you? This is Erling's burial chamber, where the dead rest in whatever piece they have found. I stand guard over that piece, and without the proper leave, none shall disturb it while I watch. Okay. Something is the color of gold. Divinity is the color of gold. I'm guessing that's an N. It kind of looks like a U, but it makes more sense if it says divinity, because, okay, so that's a T. This is a T for the. That looks like a Y. An I. Looks like a backwards D, but it's not a C like that or a G like this. I wonder who came up with the written language for the game. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be written stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rabban al-Din won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. Trying to steal a villa from Uncle Oltie's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Oltie's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu? Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? There ought to be! Preposterous! Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave! Ho! You gotta be kidding me! My mother holds her drink better than you. Just one more round. Nope. There's them damned venturers. What? There's them damn venturers flooding the markets. Be a man might make a decent living off mining copper alone. Sorry, I just don't think I've explored this area before. Tell the men they must dig deeper. The air down there. It's making them... It's making a mill. Poor me bleeding head. Like getting black lung. Or whatever that disease is. I don't have the heart to tell the lads that was the last bottle. What are you looking at, Nashu? Something back here? That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed no hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Eshtames, sun-silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn of the Uldan upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I am proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Hegelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this, for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. A more moving display of sisterly love I've not seen. And yet, I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear Did you hear that? Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Ulti has had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good little boy? I'm talking to you, Mr. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. Not you, you idiot.
No need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and am pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary.
Our hero. Now, shall we return to Ul'dah? Mithril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want, after all this, is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman, if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm going to show mercy on you, you've got another think coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it. And the second one was right around... Give me a break! Have a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Grab me a piece of the Kit Kat bar. I haven't had a Kit Kat bar in so long. Whatever does he think he's found this time? Yes? Is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed Inspector's senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all night. My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear. And with that, we must return to Ul'dah. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. Gah! Just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if ever there were one. Who goes there? Hildy, Byrnjolf, I have been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the Inspector, mayhap? I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I am not so much the Inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my...
Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Byrnjolf is a formidable foe.
That sounded like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, the inspector must be something else indeed.
I know not what brings you to do battle with these two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Byrnjolf, I will not fall so easily this time.
Well, it looks like I've got my legs full. All 8 of them. But if that adventurer is too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend.
A subtly twisting ring, calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck!
Nobody here but us octopods.
Look forward to your next life as the masterpiece fiend!
Muscleheads, I hate 'em!
Good heavens! Chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Good heavens! We haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. There's Ultros.
Is it just me, or is Mr. Ultros a little lumpier than he was before? Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I am one shabby-looking octopus. I tell ya, they don't pay me enough for this. But that's all going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? Go! Ah, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to... Ye gods! Who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost. I'm a busy octopus. Gah! Ouch. You have my sympathies, good sir. It is challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside your office? No. Whatever gave you that idea? I am simply, fumigating the place for pests. Pests like yourselves. Now don't you have a battle to go fight? Gah! Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me. Talking to myself, yes. Gods, yes. Gods. Working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Byrnjolf, if you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. Mr. Ultros is truly a man after my own heart, a gentleman among octopods. Listening to Mr. Ultros talk truly is inspiring. I say he's looking more appetizing by the minute. Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I've done some research on our 8-legged friend, and it would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Uldaw's taverns and, houses of pleasure. Oh my. Also, Hildebrand was right the first time. Ooh, what's down there? I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There is also the matter of the Tempest Blade, that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Byrnjolf. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. After I jump off here. No. Bell! What is down there? There's a door. Really, it's just a door to nothing? Why have this if you're not going to put anything there? Except for... Are those supposed to be windows or imitations of windows? What would they even be for? Loath as I am to sift through rubbish, the refuse from the Colosseum may hold the answers we seek. I would ask you to retrieve them from Pearl Lane for me. Pearl Lane. Why are you putting all the refuse here? This is gross. Is this because this is where all the poor people are? And right outside the Adventurers Guild, too. A large wooden box containing all sorts of detritus gathered from the Colosseum. Some of it is still twitching. Ugh. Yuck. Well, let me see what you have found. Now what have we here? Ah yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails, and... what's this? A sack even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in. If that can be believed. And look here, something appears to be written on the side. Sin got sundries. It would seem this merchant has had dealings with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. I was curious to know if there's any more new conversations. Welcome, welcome! What might a discerning gentleman like yourself be looking for today? Battlefields the day after slaughter smell better than the unknown contents of this bag. I'm sorry, sir, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait now. Did Ultros send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sackful of gold truffles. Can you believe it?
What with the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could these truffles somehow be connected to... No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Byrnjolf! It wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal away Byrnjolf here. This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods! What is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an Uldon gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. That's loud. Do you feel the anticipation in the air, my friend? This shall go down in Eorzean history as the greatest battle since I slew that dragon. That did actually happen, yes? No. I really wish I knew what his story was like before A Realm Reborn. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. You must return to the Colosseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan, Byrnjolf. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat, until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities. You are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? I love your outfit. This is some very, very bright and beautiful colors. I wonder if that's Sorry, I didn't expect you. Examine. I want to see what it is. Oh, it's a crafting gear. Thunder Yard Silk. Shirt of crafting. That appears to be what most of your outfit is. I love it. It's gorgeous. Do you feel the anticipation in the air, my friend? This shall go down in Eorzean history. Oh. Alright. There you are! I was this close to starting the melee without you. Gah ha ha! I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in. The bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Fergus himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Ah, the future's looking bright for old Dower Meadow, it is. So what say ye? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? Gah ha ha! Ah, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. And I'm starting to hurt my throat a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern. Is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Byrnjolf, the famed warrior of light? Or, who was that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right, Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry? Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain! Here I am! Did you miss me? Aye, I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions, and let the battles begin! All right, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then when it's about the two of us, and then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. Hildebrand just got pushed back. Just got pushed backwards. Look at Villa's blade spin! Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. He just noticed. You are next. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Ah, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. Oh, this fighting is giving Uncle Ulti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead! What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open the gate at once. Go. What is that monstrosity? Mr. Typhon! Is that your stomach I heard rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Alti. Why, just look at his charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Go! Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us for fools! Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle. You know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Alti ever lied to you? What did I tell ye? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamegan whore. Alamegans. Puh! Beggars and brutes, the lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. But I just wanted to... My sister... I feel for the girl. Really, my little octopus heart goes out to her. But the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Alti may be so bold... I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Byrnjolf here. What do you say, Mr. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we want to see! Ultros! 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 Well, this is a most unprecedented turn of events! But who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali. The venue, Halatali. The fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. He did not fight as a gentleman. The truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've ever encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Byrnjolf. Let us make for Halatali.
I suppose if anyone can defeat those fiends, it's you. Be safe, Byrnjolf.
There is no telling what inane trickery that octopus will attempt next. Be on your guard, Byrnjolf. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a gnat's arse. Ha ha ha! Now I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the 2 is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, aye? There's a lot of options here. Why? Okay, that's weird.
Alright. I'm snacking on some peanuts. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the dragon's neck. If all members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. Nordin again! I feel like such a sucker. Or something. What did he say? Byrnjolf claims the Mithril Cup! Oh, I got it. Didn't even roll for it. A fraction of the size, yet every bit as annoying. But every bit as annoying as the real thing. Be forewarned, once Ultros shows up, he is liable to stick around.
You did it, Byrnjolf! With any luck, we've seen the last of that lecherous devilfish.
Good show, Byrnjolf. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the award ceremony. It should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. A most remarkable display of martial skill, my adventuring friend. Clearly you have been observing me well. Clearly you have been observing me well in our travels together. The ceremony will begin any moment now. Be on your guard. Our adversary may be anywhere or anyone. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now let us take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Fergus himself, the Warden's grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Gah ha ha! Above you! Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on over long, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Vile fiend! Mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Manderville name! I think not, Hildegard. Greg? 'Tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. Byrnjolf, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. Do you not mean your skewer?
My spear! Vile thief! Is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once! Oh ho! It seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if your attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Now it's raining truffles? But the battle's already... Mr. Typhon? Just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. Bunga! I'm being moved. Alas and alack! The ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend! Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Mandeville man! But of course! Brilliant, Father! If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring! Why, it'll be just like Dalamud. Hildebrand, Helidor, Maximilian Mandeville! Skyward, as only a Mandeville can! Father, you know not your own strength. $997, $998, $999. Ah! Oof. It's the chicken. These legs, they look strangely familiar. But a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Save for one thing. This ring is a fake. But no matter. I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience. That key! Bloody hells! Guards! Seize the fiend at once! They're like, aw, man, I was hoping it would be a better explosion than that. It's too late, sir! The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry! It's gone! Second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. The sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous! It's just, the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus, all for a false treasure? What a fool I have been! Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina, and nothing more. I suppose I was at that. How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tail you to the Nanoa mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as a fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly the second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen, a pattern that betrays his true intentions. a treaty blade, Zemus Virtue, a ring of inquiry. All relics with quite a history, or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Beladians. Oh! If that is so, the answer is clear as day. The feed means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Beldian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So this is the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Belladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of the sun. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in these words. 4 sacred relics from Belladia? The Warden's justice? Lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far: an Nordin collector and her hired thugs, a trading mogul and the brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Uldans would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself. Ha-ha! Then it will be to his downfall. For the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Ha! Methinks Godbert may need a new pair of spectacles. It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belladia, as the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Mandeville can? The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually look like? I have. And how did they freeze in mid-air like that? Talk about mystery. Oh well. See you next time. And that'll have to be next time because I need to actually go do something. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll continue next time. Goodbye.